we'll share a couple of hey, no, the geese. Couple of ideas how to avoid dealing with evil. The easiest way is avoid dealing with evil people, because evil people are actually vessels for evil. They do the work. The evil rarely manifests itself or through the demons in a physical realm. Put your pause. In order to be active in our realm, evil need people. I'll give you an analogy in a technical computer world, make it easier for you to understand. And I'm not trying to convince you about the existence of evil or the existence of God or the reasoning behind God allowing evil to manifest. You can use any theory if you like, but today I will just share a couple of ideas and thoughts how to avoid evil. It's a rainy day here and it feels refreshing, really nice after so many weeks of drought and hot. Today feels good. It's like I feel I want to go for a walk in the park. I did a number of experiments. I don't do like spiritism, or how you call these things when you call the spirits. No, but I'll share something similar which you should never do. If you see people doing stuff on TV, calling ghosts and spirits for their own entertainment, that's stupid, silly, irresponsible game. And I'll let you in a moment to know about the idea of calling spirits as an irresponsible act. Actually, let me explain now. This world was created. It's a virtual world, like a let's say big platform of a gaming system. You as a user can modify this world according to your power of making changes, influencing others, working through others. And this world was created by a creator according to own plans, dreams, wishes. It's a very, very complex world. We as a humans are not at the level to understand the complexity. Few kind of trying to wrap their mind up, but there are so many topics and rabbit holes and avenues of thinking and the mind, science, fields of humanity, and it's so complex that a human mind cannot comprehend. There are teams of scientists trying to decode stuff, trying to put together some sort of a manual how this world functions, how it was created, how it's said. But they are far, and some are financed to do this type of research in order to know the world so they can control it. So that's also an evil thought and action, to know so they can control it. It's like they use the humans and their behavior to learn about them so they can control it. And who would do that? Maybe aliens. Aliens could do that in order to know our world and why they would invade our world, why they would make an effort to invade our world, why aliens would. Probably they have their own world, but maybe they don't have enough resources there, or maybe they are just built to conquer, like some empires built to conquer for power, to control, and that is, so those are evil creatures and minds. How do you know that the evil is not some alien type of community or society living in the invisible? It doesn't have to be another world, a distant world. It can be a world in the same world but separated by invisible walls, right? So you can consider the evil just like that. And we as humans, we are created almost perfect. From my perspective, we are perfect, but we have little faults that some religious people, or those who believe that the Bible is right, we have these faults that came from Adam and Eve. Maybe I can't say. So we have this world created by a God, an invisible God, and if we just want to think through our five senses perspective, we just limit ourselves and we think very small. Small people don't only think small because they are limited to their five senses, but they decided to limit their knowledge to that type of information, to limited information. So if you decide to rely on the limited information, then your world will stay very limited. But imagine that long time ago people didn't see X-rays, did not see radar scanning and anything like that. They were limited. Now we have extra eyes, extra senses. Go back to this created world, the God's created world. Consider that as a system that's supposed to be protected because contain very, very valuable information. Even your body has lots of information. It's not only how the body was created, let's say the copyright of the body, but also how the body is connected to other bodies, how it functions. So it's like you have some copyrighted material and you don't want other entities to show up and use it or steal it. Evil could come in here to our world and try to replicate some stuff created by God, maybe. But that is not their purpose. Their purpose is to do what evil is programmed to do, to destroy. So they could use the humans as hosts because this evil do not have a physical body. They are way lower as complexity. They are really low as complexity. We as humans, we have multiple layers of complex engineering. And this entity, the low vibe entities, cannot come even close to that. So they don't have a body, but they do have intelligence. They do have intelligence that they can use to attach to a host and use the host. and not only use the host to suck its energy, so the evil entities, the demons, can live on those low vibe energies, and I'll describe what those energies are. But also they would use the host to work through the host to do their evil work. Okay, so they will hijack a host like the hackers do hijack computers, the vulnerable computers. And in a network, which are the most vulnerable computers? Let's say, we'll give you an example. A subway or a train network company, or let's say a railway company, has 20,000 computers in a network. They are supposed to be protected because these computers have information not only about a personal user, but have projects, have inventory, have databases of copyrighted material, engineering drawings, safety and security information. So it's lots of sensitive information. It's not only about their customers, financial information. There's a lot of stuff to be protected. Why? Because always someone wants to steal something that is not theirs, right? And so the hackers wants to get in because it's a big company, and they know this big company has valuable assets, which is energy accumulated through hard work over the maybe 100 years of that company existence, using hundreds of thousands of workers and intelligent people that contributed to the growth of that company from the inception to the present moment. They have huge amount of data, the valuable data. So the hackers know this is a valuable information for us, and they generally work in teams, working with each other, cooperating to do evil work. And they have this company as a target, and they look for the weakest spot. But guess what? The weakest spots are and of course they need to find a gate. And the most common gate is the one that's through a computer connected to the internet. And they look who is the most the user who is neglecting the security of the network. Generally, some losers who got the job in the company, who are watching porn, who are doing their own personal shopping, visit unsecure sites, stuff like that. And the hackers know these are the sinners of the network. We'll go after those, then we have this entry point. So always a sinner is an entry point into the company network. Once they hijacked that sinner computer, I don't know, do you follow me? I hope so. Once they hijack that sinner computer, it uses that computer as a host and will spread throughout the network, because that sinner likely have access to certain passwords, certain network assets, and stuff like that. So in a human world, it works the same way. A sinner is a guy who is breaking God's rules. Okay, God set some rules. The rules came down to us through prophets, which are humans able to connect to this being, to the creator, or to its servants in a spirit world. So these prophets will bring down some information, and they know Not everyone is a prophet. Some people are schizophrenic or have some mental illness or something, and they think, or maybe they have some emotional problem or problem with self-esteem or significance, and they try to impress, and they provide some brain fart. But the real prophets always provide very specific information that contain lots of wisdom that normal humans cannot generate just like that. And now you may say, yeah, I can come up with the 10 commandments, that those were easy. But when the 10 commandments were sent to humans, they were not people who had this baseline of information. So it was something new. People had like, ooh, this is something that probably came from God. So now those rules have to be obeyed. Same thing in a computer network. There are security rules, or in a company a network. There are rules about using, like policies, how you are supposed to use that network in order to maintain your access. Same thing in a human world. If you break the rules, you go to jail. They isolate you. Or if you commit a sin, if the humans do not isolate you because you hurt someone's feeling or something, so if you don't get isolated by other users of the network, then the God's rules will work automatically. So the system is made in a way that you bust one of those rules, you get busted sooner or later. You can call that law of attraction. You attract people who will steal from you later. You hurt someone, you get hurt later. Stuff like that. So different interpretation of those commandments. Spiritual people see it differently, but it's all kind of the same. Now this evil generally will go for those sinners, because, like I said, it's easier for the hacker, the spiritual hacker, to get into the network. And they know that these sinners are likely to carry out the evil work, because this sinner is of a low vibe. It's a person who have specific characteristics. Let's say could be a selfish person, could be a hater, could be a thief. It's a person who is not in favor of love, is not in favor of creation, not in favor of supporting or maintaining God's laws. I'm not saying all these rednecks and outlaws and stuff are sinners, but they have a little bit of a higher chance of falling into sin, because their emotional needs needs to be satisfied. Their lack of love for self leads to lack of love for others, and lack of love for God and respect for God's work. If they knew that breaking these laws actually allow the evil to hack into our world and use them to carry on some evil work, it's raining here, they might consider. But these people only consider following the commandments only after seeing that people get in trouble. So they follow the 10 commandments only out of fear, the fear of getting to some bad outcome or some suffering some consequences. But living with fear keeps them in a low vibe, and low vibe will attract this low vibe entities. And because I have limited time here, I'm telling you something about these low vibe entities. If people do witchcraft to solve their problems caused by the sinner, if people try to cut corners, gain some advantages over others, like a climb in their career, making quick cash or stuff like that, something that is done so they gain some advantage through unfair work, so they did not put out the same amount of energy that they get in. So those people generally want to cut corners, and they are low vibe, and they will attract these low vibe entities, the evil. So they kind of look for each other. The hackers or the demons created by the mind, which feed off these sinful thoughts, we'll explain in the different video. They find the evil entities, and evil entities are looking for easy prey, which are those sinners, and they use each other. And evil entities, I can tell you, they only know evil work. So if you want to talk to those spirits, they have no compassion, they have no love, no forgiveness. They will never forgive you if you get in contact with them. So don't play with those things, right? Because you break the 10 Commandments. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.